host, AirsoftAL, and welcome to another AirsoftAL Reviews. Today we take a look at something that Feyachi actually sent me. Now, it's not this, although this is kind of related to this subject. No, ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about something else entirely, that is M-LOK. But before I get into it, like I stated before, Feyachi sent this out to me because they contacted me saying, hey, we'd like you to review this thing. And I was like, sure. But before I continue on to the product itself, let me just go ahead and state this now. Feyachi will be having a Black Friday sale on all their products on their Amazon website, or at least their Amazon sellers page. Link here, or at least the date here, for when that Black Friday sale is happening. So, now that I've got that out of the way, and contractually obligated to get that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about flashlights, or at least in this case, flashlight mounts. This right here is one of the Feyachi mounts that I actually like, and it is legitimately actually pretty cool. This actually allows you to have a flashlight, or optic, whichever one you want, mind you, off to the side of your iron sight, your barrel, whatever you want, basically. This allows it to be mounted to the side of the gun, or however you want this thing to be mounted. And this is nothing new. In reality, a lot of these mounts are common in real steel and airsoft because if you run a can, you want to be able to have your flashlight be able to go off to the side of it as much as possible or ahead of it as much as possible so the light does not contrast to the can itself, creating a sort of shadow. Or if you run a camera or a selfie camera at the end of the gun, then having one that's able to be mounted off to the side so it's not in your sight picture looking at you or front towards where you're shooting at is something that, once again, is completely common in airsoft and even paintball. So how does that pertain to today's product? Well, it does, because this one is set up, I believe, in a way to where you can actually run cameras and flashlights. Now, it does come with a flashlight, yes, but that's not what we're here to talk about. No, we're here to talk about the mount itself. And for the price tag it's asking for, I'll be honest, this mount's actually pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, today we take a look at the Feyachi M-LOK flashlight mount. Now, this thing is actually kind of cool, and believe me, this took me a second, or at least the plastic inserts took me a second to realize exactly what they were for. Now, this mount is M-LOK, and I absolutely love it because of the way it's designed. It is designed cleverly, mind you, so that way if you have an M-LOK or an aggressive, like, C-clamp, then you're able to manipulate the light itself. It was on this side. Now, the cool thing is, this is fully ambidextrous light, or fully customizable, I should say. So that way, if you have it on this side, you can have it set up like this, or if you have it on the other side, you have it set up on the way it should be. And the reason I say that is because this whole thing is M-LOK, meaning that you can take this right here off, and you can have it mounted however you want. But I like it like this because it gives it that, it is angled perfectly, honestly. It really is. And again, I cannot get over how cool this thing looks. Now, let's say, this right here, and this is what I want to talk about, is that it does come with, of course, these little plastic inserts here. Now, you're probably wondering what are these plastic inserts for. Well, these plastic inserts are actually for your flashlight. They go over the flashlight so that way, well, it's able to fit, basically. Already I'm hearing, how do I do that? Well, you first take out this piece here. This piece is not for your regular flashlight, it's this piece you want. So taking this piece here and sliding it over the light here, and voila. Like that. You basically slide the piece over the light, over your light like this, and then you more or less insert it back into the mount and then tighten it down. That's it. That's basically it. That's all it is. And it's simple as that. However, the cool thing is that this is actually big enough to where you can use the tube cameras. The tube cameras. You hear me use that concept a lot. Well, this is a tube camera. And it's basically the same diameter as a flashlight. You more or less just put in there and you put it inside the mount itself and you have a selfie camera mount now. Like I said, this thing is actually kind of nice and very tactical. It gives it definitely a nice, cool, science fiction, almost aggressive style to the M-LOK. And that's why I love it. So very much, I love it. So very much. And again, it's definitely nice. It really is. And I'll be honest, the construction itself is also very good. I do like the slits here. It definitely gives it that nice ergonomic look to it. Definitely gives it a nice aerodynamic look to it. And again, it's very nice. Very, very nice. I like it very much. And as stated before, because it's a flashlight mount, it is angled in a way and put up in a way to where it actually does... It is essentially away from, not only of course your sight mount, but also away from your can as well, if there was a can ran on this, to where it's at least above enough to where you don't get enough of a shadow being casted on it. And again, for airsofters like us, for myself, if I had a tube camera, this would definitely be a perfect selfie mount as well. Being able to have a camera point at you so you have more angles for your action is very good, and of course a tube camera, with this being as low profile as it is, and yes, this is somewhat low profile, let me just go ahead and get like that. It's not too far off the gun itself to be caught up on anything, but it's not too small to be considered dinty as well. But again, if you don't want it on the mount itself, you can remove this right here and able to be put wherever the hell you want on it. Again, that's what makes it kind of cool, and what I really like about it. What I will say is that the Feyachi mount itself is legitimately a good investment, especially if you are like me, an airsofter, and you actually want to have other options for selfie cameras or even zoom cameras. And again, there's a lot to choose from on Amazon as well, which... I don't know, I could ramble on, and believe me, I could, but I'm not gonna. Instead, I'm just going to tell you guys, consider investing in this little mount right here, and if you want to get one yourself, link down below in the pinned comment will be a link to Feyachi's product page, or at least the product in question in this video. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been AirsoftAL. If you want to help out the channel, consider donating to the PayPal down below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been AirsoftAL. I shall see all you lovely, lovely people in the next video. Till next time, later.
Looking for that perfect game for your gaming console? Video Game Corner is the largest independently owned video gaming store in North Mississippi, located at 1519 Highway 72 in Corinth. We are an authorized limited-run retail store and have a massive collection of retro games and game systems, and also plush toys and collectibles. We also pay top dollar for your used video games. Check them out Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Visit Video Game Corner in Corinth.